Hey, everybody. Welcome to our 7-Eleven mukbang episode.
Yeah, what did you get to eat?
I got 2 very healthy Lenny's chocolate chip cookies, not a sponsor.
I know. Well, they are healthy.
They're healthier maybe than like a regular cookie.
Yeah.
And then I got 2 mozzarella sticks wrapped in pepperoni, and I fucking housed them because they were delicious.
Yeah.
And I'm eating the second cookie right now, so.
You're going to have 32 grams of protein.
I know. I'm going to be so roided out.
Jacked.
I'm going to be jacked. What did you get at 7-Eleven?
I got some Eggo waffles and
delicious.
a Celsius.
Oh, and then we got our Celsius.
Yeah.
Which is as responsible for the show as we are.
But
it should be. Celsius, reach out. Yeah.
I think Celsius definitely sponsors Theo Vaughn's podcast because he always has one.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Oh, did you hear about Theo Vaughn?
Yeah, but like what?
I've consumed.
We both are like, I don't know, but tell me.
Well, no, he was doing like a stand-up special at the Beacon Theater in New York.
Bombing.
It's not even that he kept bombing because he could not keep it together in terms of like where he was in the story. He was like yelling off stage to like, I don't know who, to be like, what's the punchline? Seriously, like half the people walked out.
Yeah.
He was like, it was Meltdown City. So I don't know I just think he wasn't prepared.
I saw the clip where he's talking to someone in the audience who wants a selfie.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, I'm trying not to take my own life right now.
Yeah. And then he tried to walk that back and just be like, I was just talking shit. But then his whole excuse for this.
Oh, I know. Yes.
Yeah. It's because of Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Well, he said that there was some kind of video made by the right wing that he was put in.
Oh, that too. But I didn't know that was related to the bombing, but maybe.
The bombing?
The bombing. No, him bombing the Beacon Theater.
Oh, that bombing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that and I was like, I'm sorry, I don't care about what's going on with him.
I only care to the extent that I love snark on the Rogan Sphere.
Uh-huh.
It's like one of my hobbies now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I listened to the Drew Lane show and they went through his like, because they're constantly on podcasts. Like they live in a podcast bubble and for some reason they're popular. But they only talk about themselves and things that matter to them. And like, should we buy a helicopter? Because they're so fucking rich.
Wow.
I'm like, how relatable.
Nathan, should we buy a helicopter?
Absolutely. Yeah, let's take our podcast time right now to look up helicopters like they do. Because they're making millions and we're not. So obviously that's the formula.
Buy helicopter.
Yeah.
Helicopter aircraft for sale. There's something called Aero Trader and AV Buyer.
Okay.
One of them paid for sponsorship at the top of Google, so I'll click them.
Good. Go for it.
Okay. $179,000.
Okay.
You know what's cool about helicopters is you can go up and down and left to right and
like you
front
have some
and back.
freedom of movement, and we could probably land in your backyard if we had to.
Yeah. You don't have to have all this space.
You don't need like a fucking helipad.
No. You don't.
No.
Kick up a bunch of dirt.
Yes.
Fine. Okay, here's one for $99,000. I think we should go for that one.
No, is it used though? Should we get a used one just to be like budget friendly?
Actually, it's from 1985.
Oh, cool.
It's older than me.
So we get a vintage helicopter. Awesome.
Well,
all right.
Tune in next week to hear about that.
We're going to start doing our podcast from inside the helicopter as it's going in the sky.
Scrolling through my feed, all I see is bullshit. Fake news, clickbait, gotta sift through all of it. Oh. Like share, retweet, trying to keep up with the trends, but it's all just a facade, man, it's all pretend. Online bullshit, that's all it is. You say you're living large, but I know it's just a myth. Online bullshit, can't you see? We're all caught up in the nonsense, it's time to break free.
You know what would suck is like we have to hire someone to drive the helicopter.
Oh, no, I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we both know how to drive. How different could it be? And plus we can go up and down and side to side.
There's more directions.
There's more direction. So it's like, it's not like we're in the sky. It's not like we're going to get into an accident.
I know, right?
You know?
That never happens.
It never happens.
And we know about the radar.
Yeah.
And how to,
It's just a bunch of buttons. I mean, eventually it's like this one makes it go.
Yeah.
This one makes it go side to side. This one makes it go up and down.
Well, I bet it's like a joystick.
It's like a video game, and we'll get the hang of it fast. I know it.
Well, I really don't care if I live or die.
You and me both, girl.
All right. High
Yeah.
five.
High five.
Okay. So today, speaking of live or die.
Yeah.
So as I told you last week, I discovered the sister podcast for dating detectives called Medical Detectives.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, the first podcast in the feed is called Mary's Story, but it's really clear that it's not the first episode. Well, let's just play the beginning. Why not? Here we are.
Sure.
Okay.
So good to see you again. I've decided I'm going to call you Erin now because I feel like we've been doing this enough now that you're more than Dr. Nance to me.
So I turn it on and I'm like, what?
That's how it starts?
Yeah.
I thought you started in the middle.
No.
No shit. Okay.
Well, I sent you an episode to be like, do you want to listen to one?
Not really.
And you were just kind of like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
I
And
don't
I
even
was
remember
like-
this text exchange.
You
I don't. Are you sure it was me?
Yeah.
I have been hitting
I was
the
just
bong.
like, he doesn't remember even what we talked about last weekend.
No. And I
And I was like starting in the middle. I was like,
yeah.
this podcast we're going to talk about, but I didn't say that. I was just like, here you go.
yeah. Plus I've been hitting the bong a little bit too hard lately.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, my head keeps getting hit. And I was like, oh
No.
no, you got CTE too.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
like Travis and Taylor.
Oh my God. Oh, did I ever tell you once when I was tour guiding on one of those double-decker buses in New York City?
No.
Because I was on the top and
You hit a bridge. You went under a bridge and it hit
collapsed. No, I hit, it was downtown in the financial district, and my head slammed into a street sign.
No way.
And ever since then, I'm wondering, it's did that have any lasting effects? Because I was stunned.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so that could
But-
have something to do with the fact that I don't remember.
So
what
when
we
you
talk about
when you went
ever.
home after that shit, you just immediately go to sleep and not wake up for a long time?
I think I did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I don't know why episodes of TV, scripted television, will have someone get a concussion and they'll be like, whatever you do, don't go to sleep. But they clearly have to go to sleep eventually. So I'm like, is there just a waiting period or what?
I think it is.
Here we are
yeah.
doing our own medical detectives.
Oh my God, cool. But let's talk about this medical detectives
Yeah.
because I feel like we're getting off track.
Whatever.
Anyway.
So yeah, I played that episode. This podcast started January 2025.
Okay.
This first episode says January 1st.
All right. And it starts completely out of context with no information. Okay,
yeah,
great.
even there's a YouTuber who's for some reason, they even acknowledge it on the podcast. The first episode is Anna's story.
Uh-huh.
Anna O'Brien, the co-host, Glitter and Lasers.
Okay. All right.
So, as we have said last week, Molly has chosen to start these podcasts and then cast her hosts.
Yeah.
And so the two hosts of this are Anna O'Brien, who has she has 8 million followers on TikTok. So that's
Wow.
her largest platform.
Literally 8 million? That's not bad.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I know on Instagram, the most followed person, at least for a while, was Selena Gomez with 230 million.
Really?
We just really don't see numbers like that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I think Kim Kardashian has now. So Anna O'Brien is the influencer half, and then the other half is Erin Nance, who is a doctor.
Okay.
And they're just she's some kind of hand doctor. I don't know what it's called. And I was
I don't know what it's called either.
yeah, and they'll put clips on social media because they do all of this over Zoom.
Yeah.
So they'll put Zoom clips on social media, and she'll be wearing scrubs that say Dr. Nance, and then they say feel better. And I
Okay.
said, okay, let me look up. And this is her little tech startup.
Yeah.
It's social media for medical stuff.
What?
So I believe, because I'm not going to download this app, okay? I'm just
Okay.
not.
Yeah.
You can go on there.
It's Hinge for doctors? What?
No, you go
Okay.
on there under whatever ailment you think you have.
Oh my God. Okay. You
And
think
then
you have.
you can talk about it with other people.
Who are not medical professionals.
I don't think so.
Sounds incredibly responsible.
Because if you ask me, why does this woman doctor? Because this is our problem in medical shit everywhere is we can't talk to a doctor until we get the fucking appointment for a specialist.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes you end up at a doctor who's bad and treats you like shit.
I have no idea what you're talking
This
about.
has never happened to you. You're so
I've never
privileged.
I know. I'm so white. I'm so privileged. And I've never had a shitty doctor in my life. I don't have several shitty doctors right now.
Yeah. How many great doctors do you have right now? And
Actually, I do have one doctor that I like. I wouldn't say he's great, but I like him. And he
So my question was, why does Aaron Nance have a time for this podcast? If you are also a tech startup person, you're going to want to get the word out there somehow, right?
Yeah.
So she's got a lot of followers on Instagram as well. And then she's got whatever the fuck Feel Better is.
Okay.
So her role on the show will be to listen to people's they go through their full medical history essentially.
There are so many like violations that are happening. Her Hippocratic oath, HIPAA. Like what
about her
on?
Hippocratic oath?
I don't know. It's like first do no harm, but it's like
what kind of harm is she doing?
She's setting up an app for people to talk about their medical problems without professional intervention. And so it's, once again, it's bound to cause a lot of problems eventually because there's lots of like malingerers, hypochondriacs.
That's the thing that I think too.
Yeah.
So the episode that I sent you that you don't remember this week,
no idea.
I had played it because it was like, this woman is a vampire. It was like she got some kind of vampire disease.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and I wanted to listen to it. And
Porphyria?
So, how did you figure that out?
I've heard
in
of
the
it.
description?
No, I've heard of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm listening to it like, when are we going to get to the vampire thing?
Oh, yeah.
And she talks about how in college she always had really long hangovers, not like her friends.
Yeah.
And she would forget like a lot of things. Like there are a lot of, I guess, moments in her childhood that she can't remember. And she like literally one day someone said, how many centimeters are in an inch? And she just very confidently said 4. That's not right.
No, it sounds like too many centimeters.
It's 2.5.
Okay, yeah. Ooh,
I have a great memory.
You have a great memory.
Anyway, so you might have porphyria.
Well, isn't porphyria where it's like I want to like drink blood and only come out at night?
No, but you are allergic to the sun.
Oh, like literally allergic to the sun, or you just think you are?
Yeah, she would get blisters.
Oh, okay.
But she grew up in Syracuse, New York.
Yeah.
So there wasn't very much sunlight. And then when she went to college, it was in a sunnier place.
Okay.
And so at first she went to the doctor and they were like, well, you seem to be allergic to the sun. So
Yeah.
just like wear sunscreen. And then she's talking about like these weird other symptoms that she had.
Like memory problems.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then finally it culminates where she's at the emergency room and they're like, well, what's wrong? And she's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. My stomach hurts and I have like this impending sense of doom.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
Uh-huh.
And she realizes because of how they're looking at her that she looks like she's a drug seeker.
Okay.
That she's just saying that she's in pain.
Yeah.
But that she can't really pinpoint where, and it seems like she's just there for drugs, so they keep turning her away.
Yeah.
And then she starts violently throwing up.
Ugh.
Another symptom of a drug addict. Finally, like no one's ever seen anyone with porphyria,
Uh-huh.
but they
It's like mega rare.
yeah.
Especially not to be diagnosed until like you're basically an adult.
Well,
Yeah.
because there are certain things that she says, like if you have this porphyria thing, you really can't drink alcohol.
Oh, interesting.
And her mom,
I always used to get really, well, and then I didn't get hangovers at all. But when I was in college, I used to get really bad hangovers as well.
well, and then her mom grew up, like while she was growing up, didn't drink at all. So
Oh,
she
okay.
thinks like her mom had it, but she never did anything to get the adverse reactions that would help you. So porphyria
Okay.
is like your red blood cells aren't carrying enough hemoglobin.
Okay.
And hemoglobin is what helps carry oxygen to the brain.
Oh,
So that's why she
interesting.
starts getting really fuzzy.
That's really interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
So it was
Oh.
interesting, but it was a really long roundabout story.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the whole time, like I listened to another episode where this woman and her kid, I believe their kid is a teenager. It's pretty apparent, even though they don't say it, that this child named Ivan is trans because his voice is so high.
Okay. Yeah.
And they say eventually, yeah, they were doing a CT scan and looking at the ovaries. And I was like, okay, so they're not going to tell us, I guess, but that's what's going on here. Anyways, he was having trouble eating because they found out later that he was so backed up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
With poop.
I figured that out, but thank you for clarifying.
But
if you didn't know, he was backed up with poop.
But it's funny because when they discovered and they're like saying it on the show, Anna O'Brien goes, I'm so sorry, Ivan, but I have to say this. You were literally full of shit. Because she's funny. Like, so
in like a crazy aunt ba-dum-bum way, it seems. Yeah.
So anyways, he was having trouble eating, and the first doctor they went to wanted to diagnose him with disordered eating.
Okay.
And the doctor chimes in, Dr. Nance,
yeah,
and says, was there any talk about how that is a psychological disorder?
Yeah.
And she says no. Like, yeah, he wasn't saying that he wouldn't eat. He was like, I literally don't want to and I can't.
Yeah, it like feels bad, but it seems like a lot of doctors are just like really willing to be like, it's all in your head. And I want you to get out of my office right now. And I want to bill your insurance company. No, it is crazy, but it's so fucking common.
So common.
So common. I go to a lot of doctors, guys. So I'm very medicalized and I have a lot of experience with this. And honestly, it's not only the healthcare system in this country. It's just like doctors suck.
I know.
Yeah. I feel like it's like, yes, there's one kind of like cognitive personality that's really good at memorizing medical facts and science, but they do not have any like humanness inside them.
Right. Well, and I start to wonder if you're okay with seeing blood or whatever, like things that I'm not necessarily okay with. Do you have less empathy inside? And then like that also means that you don't carry your patients' problems home with you at night. Like, I don't want it to make my doctor suffer, but I also don't want them to think that everyone is lying.
Well, it's also, first of all, as a doctor, I think you have to learn how to compartmentalize if you can't and be like caring when you're working.
Yeah.
And try to do your best. But then it's like, then you like have to like consciously learn how to cut it off.
And not just be a sociopath.
Not just be a sociopath in the moment. And I also do think it's like because what we're talking about is like a lot of, specifically with that woman the Porphyria woman, where they're like, you're drug seeking. I think they like cops.
Yeah.
Not that I'm defending cops, but they see so much bullshit all the time. It just makes them like cynical and embittered.
Right.
And that I can understand, but still, it's like, you can't just stop it. It's all in your head. At least run a test.
Right.
Oh, come on.
Right.
So it's so fucking stupid.
And then there are shows like House that make you think, oh, doctors are willing to go to the ends of the earth to figure out what's wrong with you.
No.
Like, no, just on this show.
Yeah. Yeah. I fucking hate television because they're not only responsible for this phenomenon, they're also responsible for the fucking president we have.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So that's all I'll say about that, because you know me. I'll get angry real fast.
If I was in a lot of my own anguish from being turned away from doctors or something, this podcast might be like a really nice outlet for me.
Yeah.
Instead, it just makes me mad. And I do think that there's room to be mad, right?
It's a system that is getting worse every goddamn year.
Right.
That's also a problem. Because I've been going to doctors for a long time, and it used to be better.
Right?
Like, it used to be better.
I thought it did too.
Yeah.
Something funny was, this is our own medical detectives.
Yeah.
When my dad went to the hospital because he had sepsis.
Yes. I remember this.
There was a lot of confusion about why he was acting like he had dementia.
Yeah.
And then I start looking into it because
Uh-huh.
you have to be your own fucking doctor. And that's common
No.
with sepsis.
Every
And
condition
they
I
had-
have, I discovered. Yeah. Yeah.
And they were acting like this was so weird. And I was like, well, why is he acting like this?
yeah.
And they were like, well, I'm his doctor right now, but
Uh-huh.
I've never seen him before. So I don't actually know if he's like this all the time. And I'm like, but I just told you.
That's the thing. You're getting history from a close family member.
Right.
Shouldn't that be enough?
Right. And
Come
so
on.
my question was, is he going to get his brain back or not? And
Yeah.
they were just like, we don't know.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, if you could say that with any ounce of empathy,
Yeah.
it might be better
Yeah.
than how I feel, which is that I'm out here all by myself to figure this out.
Yeah, empathy, or even if you're not good at empathy, you could do the cognitive empathy thing where it's like, okay, I understand this person is probably like feeling a little lost right now. Just give them resources.
True.
Or just give them like facts that can help them, even if you can't be like emotionally warm.
Right.
Yeah.
I was teaching my improv class this week, and one of the students said he used to work in a hospital as like the guy that would escort the people who were staying in the hospital, but they needed to go get tests. Because you're
Yeah.
there, if you're elderly especially, and they'll be like, okay, it's time for you to go get blood work. It's time for you to get an x-ray.
Yeah.
And then we're going to bring you back to your bed and you can chill here. So they would have shit scheduled. And he said the amount of times that he would show up to someone's room and they would be like, well, I'm not ready yet. I have to do my hair. Like elderly women. And then like their families just treating the staff like wait service people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, you're right. That fucking sucks.
That does suck. Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
are people...
Well, because honestly, here's what I'm thinking is that, you know, when somebody's in the hospital, it's like you're paying through even if you're insured,
I know.
this is going to be a huge bill.
Right.
And you're already embittered.
Right.
But the thing is, the guy who's escorting your
He's
grandma,
not the one.
He's not the one who's like benefiting grossly from
No.
this system. Not even really the doctors. It's the
Right.
insurance company that
Right.
creates all of this fucking mishigas that makes everybody treat each other like shit.
Like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can see how you could be working at the hospital and the people there are being like real entitled assholes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's how they were treating me.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't think I was acting like that at all. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like, how often are they getting treated?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's crazy. Anyways, back to the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah.
So
we had some stuff we had to get off our chest, guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I realize that this first episode is not, in fact, the first episode.
Okay.
And so I go, well, I guess I'll play the second episode. Mind you, coming into this, I didn't know these two hosts.
Okay.
Okay. So I go to the second episode, which is called Anna's Story. And it says in the description, welcome to the very first episode of The Medical Detectives.
Okay.
In this powerful first episode, co-host Dr. Nance and Anna, God forbid we put her last name,
Yeah.
flip the script, and Dr. Nance interviews Anna about her extraordinary health journey. Okay?
Okay.
So I've never seen Anna before. I don't know anything about her. And this is how it starts.
When were you aware that your body was not the same as everyone else around you?
So the changes in my body really started to happen around puberty. I just started to gain weight, which was unusual because I was always a really active kid. Like they used to call the church doors the Anna doors because I was running in and out of them all the time, causing trouble. And I used to do this dance where I would move my feet really fast because it just had so much energy. So it was puzzling to a lot of people, how was I gaining weight? And the first thing went to like, oh, she must be eating wrong, right? So I remember around that time when I started to gain weight that my mom took me to this really shady doctor in the middle of nowhere. And I remember even as a little kid being like, this place is sketch. and went in. There was like one of those little windows that they pulled open, and I looked inside, and the woman asked me like 3 questions. Not one of them was my age or my weight or anything like that. It was literally like, do you have a heart murmur? Do you have any of these other conditions, diabetes, I think? And this is like at 8 years old. Shut the door, took me in. This older man gave me a speech about why I was awful because I was overweight. And then he wrote me a prescription for what I now know was fen-phen. So at 8 years old, I started taking fen-phen, and wild.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Very awful.
But
Fen-phen?
So I'm like, okay, so they're saying she's overweight, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any picture in my head of like what that looks like.
Like an overweight 8-year-old?
Just her.
Oh.
Fen-phen. Crazy, right?
Very crazy. And also, like, when do we know, like, when was this? Because honestly, like, fen-phen was like late 90s.
Wait. She's born in 1984.
Okay.
So it would have been 94.
Par for the fucking course in terms of, like, all of us Gen X people having body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Because of, like, there was no body positivity back then. There was no
No.
healthy at every size. There was it was a world of fat shaming.
I understand like the fat phobia. I don't want to be fat. I don't want people to make fun of me, whatever.
Yeah.
Did you feel like in those days people were talking about how you could die of being obese? Was it a fear of death?
No, that didn't come until later.
That's what I felt like.
And also, it's like I was also like not aware of like socio-cultural trajectory of these things. So my experience was it was like heroin chic in the 90s.
Yeah.
It was like be so thin you look unhealthy and that's hot and chic.
Yeah.
And that was like basically, and then we have like mothers who are coming from like the 70s and 80s where it was the same thing but different. Yeah, there was some kind of sea change where like being unhealthily thin for a long time was like the beauty standard. Not that it still isn't in a way. Well, I think things are changing, but in the 80s and 90s it was ridiculous, the expectation.
Yeah, like we just went through a phase of body acceptance.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and then it feels like maybe that's over or something.
Yeah, the pendulum doth swing.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
And I lost some weight, but not really. And I just remember during that period of my life that every once in a while I would get to eat normal food. So my mom, I remember, threw everything away in the house, like had this big menagerie where like everything that in my opinion at the time tasted good was in the garbage. We were left with like brown rice, flavorless chicken, shredded wheat, and vegetables. That's it. And I remember, and I have this very vivid memory of when I was about, I want to say 10 or 11. I went to my friend Nikki S's house, and her mom made me a cheeseburger. And I remember sitting there eating that cheeseburger being like, this is the best thing I've ever had in my entire life. This cheeseburger, wow. And this like cheese, it wasn't even probably that good of a cheeseburger, but because I'd eaten such terrible food for like a while.
Like we're talking In-N-Out cheeseburger or...
Yeah, like it was probably like McDonald's cheeseburger, but I just remember
Is this going to be another issue where I really like the person in the beginning and then as you tell me more, I'm like, oh, they're awful, but I can't help still liking them because I really like... She's entertaining. She's super
pretty
expressive.
likable, right?
She's very likable.
Yeah.
Yeah, she tells a great story and she's very expressive. But anyway, we'll see what happens.
but I was starving and still very active. So what ended up happening is life was just kind of bleak. And so I stopped, I would say in a little bit, I stopped being as active because I had no freaking energy. And my body started to change because I wasn't the same active person I was before. And I started to put on weight instead of losing it. And I think at this point, a lot of the articles and stuff that came out about fen-phen, we all got off of it because it wasn't legal anymore. So basically, I gained a bunch of weight. and I just accepted it. In my 20s, I moved on from my parents. I moved into a really amazing group of friends. And I think that every friend group goes through this. I hope they still don't go through it. But back when I was in my 20s, everybody went through it, which was like the collective culture where girls got together and dieted together. So we did the thing that everybody seemed to do, which was join Weight Watchers, right? We all got together. We'd go to our group meetings together. We would support each other. We'd share recipes. We'd weigh in. And honestly, I built my friendships around losing weight. And that's a really weird dynamic, right? Where that success in losing weight was also like a success of friendship. When it doesn't work for you as simple as that, it's almost like you're a failure in your friendship dynamic, which is something that I'm honestly, I don't know if I realized until I just started talking about this part of it. But like, I think as we fast forward and I stopped losing weight, I lost about 100 pounds that way just by literally getting active as part of this Weight Watchers group. And I would go to Soul Cycle with these girls. I would run to Soul Cycle, do 1 to 2 Soul Cycle classes, and run back. I started walking to work. So I would walk from Brooklyn to Midtown Manhattan, which is about a 4-mile walk, and I would walk there and back.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that was, I'm seeing your face because that was the point where I was like, girl, that's crazy.
That's disordered. That's a disordered relationship with your body.
But also, I'm thinking if she's able to do 2 Soul Cycle classes and run,
Yeah.
I'm like, she must not be that big because you would be limited. Like it would hurt because that's the thing about
Yeah.
being overweight is it puts a lot of stress on your joints.
Uh-huh.
Soul Cycle might be kind of low impact because you're not pounding on the pavement, but it
Yeah.
sounds like she's pounding on the pavement on the way there.
She's pounding on the pavement every day and then on the way.
And walking to work.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like in having lived for a long time in New York City, it's like you get really in shape because you're constantly going upstairs, you're walking everywhere. So it's like part of this does sound super extreme, but in the context of living in New York City, like walking for like 4, 5, 6 miles a day is generally normal. But when you're running to and from 2 Soul Cycle classes back to back, that's where I get like there's something wrong with you. And I've known women like this, and they always look like toothpicks.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's like every story, every episode of the podcast, you're like,
Yeah.
where's this going?
Yeah.
And so she kind of goes through her story and says every time she decides she needs to go see a new doctor, like we need to be going for checkups, women should be going for a pap smear.
Yeah.
There's one part of the story where she goes in to see a new gynecologist and the gynecologist is looking at her and is like, I can't do a pap smear on you. We need to get your weight down. And I just keep being like, well, how big is she?
Yeah, so she's exercising constantly, but she is big to a level where a doctor is like, you're not going to fit in the thing. Like
I think it was,
stirrups.
I don't
Holy
know.
shit.
I
She's
was like,
girl, I don't got a speculum big enough for your vagina.
it might be that, but
Yeah.
I think it's also more like she's not sure if she lays back on a table,
Yeah.
if she's going to just roll off.
Oh.
Have you seen her? So
No,
this
I have
is
not seen her.
This part of the podcast is when I go look her up.
Okay. got
Okay.
it. I love that you're taking me on this experience, like moment to moment.
Yeah, because I can read what people say on the internet about her, but I don't know what's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's part of it too, is we never really know what's true
yeah.
because people are unreliable narrators.
Uh-huh.
A lot of snark pages and people who hate influencers
Yeah.
will just say stuff to say stuff.
Well, they say stuff like it's a moment of speculation, and then that becomes a part of the lore. It gets put on like all the pin posts, is like with snark boards. It's like, here's why we hate this person.
Yeah.
And then it all gets added in, and it becomes fact
right.
to a large portion of people.
Right.
Yeah. So
This is how I discovered her.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
I feel bad laughing, but like she's putting it out there, and she seems to be having. Okay, so what?
Yeah,
it
you have
is
to
is-
say what it is.
Yeah, what it is, it's like her. It's her from behind on the beach, in like a bikini. She's very large. She got a big old butt.
She's running into the
And
water
running
and
into
she's falling, which we would all do, but it's like, girl, don't fall.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt.
But it's like she put this up there and she has to know that it's like funny as hell.
Yeah.
Like she's owning her body
Right.
and how it looks. Great.
Which is her whole thing this whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm wondering as she's talking about this story where she's like doing 2 soul cycle classes, but still the gyno won't let her on the table.
Well, and I don't know what point in time each one is.
Okay,
But,
yeah, that's true. But is she like this big the entire time?
well, we don't know.
Yeah.
But the way that she talks about it, it's like she doesn't realize how big she is, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Because every doctor she goes to just wants to talk about her weight because doctors get really focused on that. I think they think, well, that's what we've learned, right? Like you have a much shorter lifespan if you are very overweight.
It usually leads to a lot of health problems.
Right.
Yeah.
So they always want to talk about that. She seems perplexed by this.
Okay.
And so then when I see her on TikTok and I see how big she is today, I
Yeah.
go, oh,
Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
I do not know how she did 2 soul cycle classes
Yeah.
because I couldn't do that.
I'm sure it seems like she's been quite big for most of her life. So maybe you just get used to it and learn how to deal.
That's what I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like this video of her running into the water and then this other video where she just rolls everywhere. I was like, you got to hand it to her. It's this one. Okay. So she rolls out of bed. She rolls like through the elevators.
Yeah. To the elevators and like in a hotel.
And then away from the cruise ship and then into the water.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe it's easier to do that if you're fluffy.
Yeah.
You know?
You got some like padding. And
You don't have your bones hitting.
Yeah. You don't have your hip bones just constantly.
But I was like, okay, so she just seems to be a very energetic big girl.
yeah, I mean, she is moving like a motherfucker in
Yeah.
all of those TikToks. She's
Right.
like, she's running into the water and then she's like rolling like crazy. So obviously she's fit. She's
Well-
cardiovascularly fit, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But
Okay.
anyways, let's go to how she became an influencer.
And that's essentially what happened. I just finally was like, this is too freaking much. I'm done. And I started to feel just unconnected to my friends. So I dove into work. I would work constantly. I would sleep in the office. And in line with that, we were testing a new piece of software that was for content management for social media. We needed to test that software. I was like, well, I'll just make some Instagram content. We'll see if that does well. I don't really care. It's all about the job. And anyone who knows me knows that I am a somewhat recovering workaholic. I'm still working on it, but it is who I am. So I became really good at regularly posting, at trying different things because I was trying to test this software that helped brands and companies do that. Well, I worked really hard, and because of that, I inadvertently grew a following on social media, just trying to test new technology. And it started off slow.
Yeah, you're rolling your eyes.
Well, come on. They all do this. Mackenzie
Do
Fultz did this.
What did
Just
she
to go-
say?
She was like, oh, I didn't mean to be a part of it. I didn't even know what an MLM was.
Right.
I didn't want to sell anything and I didn't want to recruit, but I just managed like recruiting a lot of people and making all this money. It's like,
And I am
hate
such
it. I hate
a
it.
hard worker.
Yeah, like I'm such a hard worker and I just like fell into it. I'm like, no, you chose, whether it was for a software project at work or not, you chose to do this.
Exactly.
There are other ways to do it. You wanted the attention, just own it.
You wanted the attention, or you realized how much dopamine you get when you get that attention.
Exactly.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I look her up on LinkedIn.
Uh-huh.
She first had this job, like being in charge of content at like a bank, like Citibank.
Oh, okay.
Like someone on this website called Kiwi Farms, which I want to compare to like Gomi Blog. It's just like a forum, and it's known widely as like a lot of haters. Like, this is where people come to hate.
Oh, no.
And they dox.
Yeah. No, it's Gomi is vicious.
But the same
Yeah.
with Kiwi Farms.
Okay.
So, this first post, there's just this long thread with over 2,000 pages dedicated to Anna.
What the
And so
2,000 pages?
She went to BYU.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I guess she probably grew up Mormon because her brother went there too.
I don't know anybody who would choose to go to BYU. If they're
No,
not
nobody
Mormon.
would,
Yeah.
right?
Well, because the behavior modification, the rules for like virtuous
Yeah.
behavior are just insane there.
Okay. It's so funny because even on her LinkedIn, she's currently the co-host of Medical Detectives.
Okay.
She would like us to know. Yeah. So she was VP of social media strategy at Citibank
Okay.
from 2009 to 2011.
Yeah.
Then she went on to do director of social media at a place called Greenlight, where she was living in London.
Oh, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she got a job at this place called Sprinkler.
Okay.
No ER, just LR at the end.
Sprinkler.
And I remember.
Is it grinder for yard tools?
No, she says, I work with some of the world's top organizations to design, map out, and bring to life technology ecosystems they needed to engage with consumers at scale. So she says it in the podcast.
Yeah.
And from what I knew, because I had seen this company before,
Uh-huh.
this company designs technology to help people or businesses on social media to get engagement.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is just another thing where her talking about, I just fell into being
Exactly.
really, really popular.
Yeah.
It's like, no, girl.
You had the
know
job.
you know exactly how to do this, and you did it.
Yeah. So,
oh, my God.
So, like I said, she grew up in an upper middle class Mormon family. She did not graduate high school.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She got her GED. And this is like from her mouth. I saw her say this in her own
Yeah.
vlogs. Okay. Despite this, she was admitted to Brigham Young University. No doubt due to whatever influence her father had. Okay. I don't know. She graduated in 2007 with a degree in communications and continued to Columbia University, where she earned a master's in quantitative methods in social sciences. Then she worked as vice president at Citibank for 3 years, then as director of strategy and content marketing at Sprinkler, a company that is a facade PR firm for social media, but actually mines, stores, and sells data for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
So she's like, we're testing this software. I'm like, no, it sounds like you got a job being obsessed with social media and you said, well, I can just do it for myself.
Yeah.
Anna was basically handling their social media, making $140K a year as a starting salary. This is something she was allegedly unqualified for. One source said that she would bring her dog to work where he would shit on the floor so bad it stunk the entire floor up.
Okay.
The source also claimed she would make cringy sexual innuendo.
Oh, wow.
While we don't know exactly why she got fired, it was likely due to poor performance and HR complaints. I can't find anything to corroborate that. I don't know where that's coming from.
Yeah, I don't want to speculate.
I think it's just these people that hate her who
Yeah.
are like, this is what happened.
Yeah.
And so from what I can tell, then she started like YouTube. And she still seems to have a job here when she starts YouTube. She also seems to be living in both NYC and Austin, Texas.
Okay.
So either like, I think her brother lives in Austin because then in 2020 she starts a podcast with her brother's ex-wife.
Okay.
Yeah. And it only lasts 8 episodes.
She's got some serious boundary issues. I can already tell.
So that's the thing. Like they'll snark about that online and be like, her brother doesn't talk to her anymore. And I wonder if it's because she got so close to his ex-wife and then they talked about their split on a podcast and blah, blah, blah.
Do we know why it only lasted 8 episodes? Was there a falling out?
Well, you can only listen to 2 of the episodes.
Okay.
So like, and it's not like they came on and were like, we're splitting up. No, there's just speculation. And so according to this entry, she loses her job in New York. She lives on daddy's dime for a while and then thus begins her descent into madness. So she's starting to like pop off on social media, and this is how it starts. She would routinely pose in public for photo shoots in bikinis or
Okay.
tight-fitting clothing. She also does this all the time on YouTube, where she gets shopping hauls of clothes at different places.
Yeah.
It's constant. It's like you are not wearing all of those clothes.
Oh, okay. So
You
it's
know?
like it's more of like a influencer overconsumption phenomenon,
Yeah.
as we've seen with many people, Michaela Nagora. Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah.
I can see where there is a market to see like where can you shop if you're plus size.
It's because she's trying to like show people where to go
Yeah.
to buy and like what's available.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like she has this recent vlog where she's in Italy and she's
Yeah.
shopping, and she's like, there really aren't any plus size options here.
Oh no.
And it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
because the overweightness that Americans have does not translate over there.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
they're not eating whatever the fuck we're eating.
Yeah, they're eating like better food that comes from a garden.
Exactly.
As opposed to a fucking factory.
Right.
Yeah. One thing I did want to say though, this is how the overconsumption and the hoarding and the like with influencers who like buy a lot of shit and like completely lose their relatability or understanding of the reality of their own audience is because, like you said, with the dopamine hits, I think it's not only the attention, but it's like, oh, now I have all this money and a reason to shop.
Yeah,
and buy
and
whatever.
it's
like,
a tax write-off.
It's a tax write-off, and I don't have to like, because I'm doing it for my audience.
Yeah.
I don't have to make decisions about what do I actually need, what am I going to use. It's just I'll just buy everything and have all this shit, and then like it becomes a shopping addiction.
Another thing that she likes to do is like travel,
Uh-huh.
and then it'll be, let me show you the best places I can go where they have like chairs that fit me.
Oh, okay. What? If that's
It
what
is
she's doing, it's what
true.
she's doing.
It is
I mean,
true.
yeah, we're not making
Well,
fun of large people.
It just
We're
becomes,
just saying what's happening.
Yeah, it just becomes a part of it,
Yeah.
because if you think about it, it's
Uh-huh.
not really something you'd think that you should probably look into before you just do it.
Yeah.
But you probably should.
Yeah. Well, remember the show we did on Jackie Aiden?
Yeah.
Like her big come to Jesus moment about like the first time she
Right,
lost a ton
right.
was she's like a Disney adult.
Right.
But it was when she couldn't get through the turn. She got stuck in a
Oh,
turnstile at Disney.
And that's when she decided.
And that's when she decided to like lose weight. She lost a ton of weight and now she gained it all back again and decided that it's okay and she's living in a larger body while she slowly dies in front of us. Anyway.
So if we go back to the podcast,
Uh-huh.
and she goes into more of like how she gets more followers.
You start with the 10K, and then it's 20K, and then it's 50K, and then it's 100K, and then it's, oh my God, 200,000 people follow me.
And she's like, I don't know how that happened.
She's still doing like the whole like, I'm just so cute.
There's just so much of that
Yeah.
to her personality. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why these doctors thought I was overweight.
Yeah. Interesting.
But that also means that there is a lot of people who feel like they have a say in my life for good and for bad. Being in a bigger body is very polarizing, and sometimes that's just enough. That just existing in a bigger body and not apologizing for it is enough of a reason to hate me. And one day I was a nobody, and all of a sudden I was like enemy number one to some people. And I think that's when I noticed, actually, if I have to be incredibly honest, the time where I realized my life had been changed by this forever is I posted a picture of myself in a swimsuit, just a normal picture, just me on a beach. And Gillette, the company, asked me if they could use it to just repost. And again, at this point, I didn't know anything about making money. I wasn't making any money. And I was like, sure, you can repost this. I don't care. They ended up using it. It ended up getting in the wrong hands, and it became international news. People saying that a plus size person should not be used in advertising for a product like a razor. And it ended up to someone doing a podcast about whether or not plus size people should be in advertising. It was a very, very popular podcast. I'm not going to name it specifically, but they had a long discussion about whether I should be seen or whether or not people like me should be seen. And it led to me actually getting attacked on a sidewalk. And it's part of the reason I left New York. So I think that's when it clicked, that I was in a lot of ways powerful, because if I could make somebody this angry, then like, that's pretty powerful. But also I had to think about my life in a very different way. I had to protect myself, and I had to learn to navigate in this world where people knew who I was and had an opinion about me. I also started to get very involved in the body positivity movement, and this opened up a whole different world where my weight was seen in just a very different way for the first time in my life. So now I had this beautiful place in social media where people were like, you're beautiful, you're special. And we were talking about bigger bodies in a different way. I had lived in this world where I had learned to accept negative preconceived opinions of me and rise above them, which is, again, a great skill, but not super healthy or amazing to live in. And now was presented with a world where I didn't have to prove anything, or at least it felt like I didn't have to prove anything. And that was, for lack of a better word, addictive. We were right in that crux of body positivity coming to light. So the acceptance of a bigger body was on the way of being more accepted versus less. And so there was a lot of advocacy. There was a lot of supportive people. Don't get me wrong, still bad people out there saying mean things. That is the internet. But it was definitely a better place. And that space gave me hope in a lot of ways. Hope that I could learn to live in this body and not necessarily constantly be focused on changing that body. And if the body positive community helped me stop measuring my value in a size and helped me start appreciating what my body was capable of. And I will always be grateful for that. That said, my time in that community did cause some harm. And I think that that's really hard to say, because I don't want people to feel betrayed or hurt or like I'm biting the hand that fed me. But there's a lot of things in that community that make going to the doctor or even doing basic everyday things scary. There's a lot of discussion about how the medical community doesn't support fat bodies, which is true in a lot of instances, but it doesn't mean that all medical professionals are out to get plus size people. Also, there was a lot of discussion about it's okay to take a break. It's okay to be tired, which, again, a valuable insight into life. But I began to feel like, oh, being tired is just part of a bigger body. Being exhausted, being in pain, these things are just normal because I am plus size. So it began to write a script for me that this was just my reality. And this is the reality I had to live in. And I just got, for lack of a better word, shitty cards. And there's nothing I could do.
It's so interesting the way. Oh, it's like first, and I'm not blaming her for this. I know this is something that happens. First, she becomes involved in this body positivity movement.
Yeah.
And becomes like sort of an avatar for it, because she finally realizes, oh, I'm like, everybody is judging me based solely on my size. And we live in this like fucked society where it's like being fat is literally the worst thing you can be. And it like totally implicates every part of your character, and it shouldn't. Great. But then she's going into this fat acceptance community, and she said, that made me accept myself too much.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's your self-esteem. And I know it's really hard to be larger, especially as you're growing up, and to be different.
But I think that was probably the criticism of the Haze healthy at every size.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that, well, then you should still probably take into account things that you might be doing that might be affecting your health instead of accepting everything.
Precise. Thank you. That's
and
what
so
I was trying to say.
So she's admitting that she fell for that too.
Yeah.
And she feels bad about that.
Yeah. And I'm not criticizing her because
Right.
I think she's showing a lot of like insight here, and she's
That's
being
what
like very
I
honest
thought.
and vulnerable.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's keep going.
Okay. Why do you always make me hate? Can we just stop here and then I can just like her and know nothing else? Oh, of
No.
course not.
Okay.
I have to hate her.
This is a
You'll
great
make me.
segue into a question about when you started to think about perhaps your size as a more medical issue, if there were something else beyond just your size that was causing you to feel tired and everything that you just described.
I'm going to be really candid about all of this. This is a podcast, so we're just going to be real, right? I hadn't had a normal poop for years, and it was beginning to affect my ability to do basic everyday things. And I would get so exhausted on top of this. Sorry, I just said the poop.
So this is where it goes back to the medical thing where I
Uh-huh.
guess we're still on a journey to find out what's wrong with her,
Yeah.
right? What's causing her to gain weight?
Yeah, because she really like has no idea. She's not. I know but she's not like, oh, I overeat. I have to like.
There's no
fix some stuff on my
acknowledgement
diet
of what she eats, right?
So I'm assuming she's just like, I'm doing everything I can, but I'm still very large.
That's what it seems like.
That's what it seems like. Okay, all right.
So
Just to make sure we're on the same page.
This is
with
where she leads into. Then she finally goes and gets her hormones checked or whatever, and
Uh-huh.
she has low thyroid. What do they call it?
Oh, hypothyroidism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has, and then they also call that Hashimoto's.
Uh huh.
Because then if you have the other one, it's called Graves.
Yeah.
Which is where you have an overactive thyroid.
Oh, and you have like the big eyes. Yeah. Like Barbara Bush. She had Graves' disease. Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah, that's why she had those.
That's why
Popeye
she's so
eyes.
creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's just like and with everyone on this podcast, it's like, I guess we want you to tell a story, go around this corner and this corner just to hear that.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like something was wrong because you have nobody
Mhm.
pushing, like nobody asking questions to clarify the narrative, because there's a lot of things she says
Well,
here where it's like, I need to know
This
more
doctor
about
doesn't
that.
chime in very much.
That's what I mean. It's like, you've got to like, I know you're like trying to be a friend to your podcast partner.
I know, but it's like, I would like to know. I do have questions.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm like, you're not doing anybody a service by just letting her write
Right.
her narrative.
And if you were aware, like she acknowledges a little bit, but there is a huge community of people that hate her.
Yeah.
And it's because they say she's a liar.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But it's just the haters.
Right. But to her, it's haters.
Oh, yeah. No, it's to all of them. It's haters. It's like they've never done
Yeah.
anything wrong in their life. It's just people who are trying to bring them down because they're jealous. It's such a script now. I'm so sick of it.
I sometimes would be vomiting. I would be violently ill. I started struggling to get out of bed just in general. And I kept pushing myself physically because around this point, I started to feel in my body really broken down. So as I'm in this community, I just kept thinking, oh, the reason my knee hurts is because I'm fatter. The reason my ankle hurts is because I'm fatter. The reason my thighs hurt are because I'm fatter. The reason I'm tired is because I'm fatter.
So then she goes on to say, so I initially pretended like a lot of those things didn't exist. I think when it became really clear, I have one moment I remember is the moment when I realized I couldn't live like this anymore. I was in Hawaii. We were filming swimsuits or something. I couldn't walk in the sand. It hurt so bad. And there's a video of me somewhere. I'd burn it if I could, where I fall into the sand and I just cry. And I know another time she went to Hawaii
Uh-huh.
for the Biggest Loser, like fat camp.
Yeah.
She documents it on social media. She had a blog, but she does seem to have been in denial for a long time about not being able to just do everything.
Well, yeah, because what happened to the woman who was like running into the surf?
That's her
joyfully?
now.
Oh, that's her now.
Yeah.
Like, and she's also the one like rolling around.
Yeah.
Also, these are short TikTok videos. We cannot divine what her actual physical condition might be from these.
Right.
Yeah, so because they're short.
I think that she's just constantly she has to like relearn or something that her body has limits, because a lot of the criticism from other YouTubers, like there's this woman named Megan Ann, and she had weight loss surgery. So I think she got like a lap band or whatever.
Yeah.
And she will watch Anna whenever she starts her new I'm going to get in shape.
Yeah.
Which is all the time. So it's the same thing as what she was saying in her 20s. She really can't do anything not to the extreme. So she, another time, goes on this cross-country road trip where she's going to hike all the big mountains. And it's like, girl,
that's insane.
Don't do that. And one day,
there are people who like work their entire lives to be able to do that with their body. That's nuts.
And she's there with some friends and she realizes, because they're not having trouble.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I finally realized that like, actually I can't do that. And it's like, yeah, you need to start small.
Yes.
If you don't, you're going to get injured and then you're just going to be laid up in bed.
Yeah. This is a part of the denial that she's talking about though, where it's just like, I could do anything. I could do anything. And so you have this like, she creates this massive goal.
Yeah.
That is,
and it's all the time. And she always has a new goal.
It's like, it's almost a drive towards some kind of self-sabotage because her brain is trying to tell her, you need to do something about this.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because what I notice whenever she starts a new thing, like now she wants to be a strong woman or whatever, strongman competitions, which is where you lift
literally
hundreds of pounds.
Oh, like a deadlift or whatever.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
And it's like she went right into that.
Yeah.
She didn't work up to it.
Which is so fucking, it will destroy your joints. It will destroy your body, especially if you just jump into it.
And
oh my God.
In the past has been like, I'm going to start working out, and then we'll just start doing like burpees and shit. And you're like,
God.
And she has bad form.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think the thing that it's like, why are you trying to be this role model?
Yeah.
Because you're not doing it right. If someone was watching you and said, I'm going to do that too, it's like they could get very hurt too.
Exactly. This is the healthy at any size thing, though. It's like now she's in a world where she feels like, oh, I have to be this example. It's like no matter how big I am, I can do anything with my body.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's what her audience wants.
And
to
it
see.
reminds me of her going and doing 2 Soul Cycle classes in a day. And it's like, that's not.
Yeah.
I used to have this roommate.
Uh-huh.
She had just lost like 100 pounds when I moved in with her. And I just started to notice, because I was like, oh, she's on a health journey or whatever we call it. She would it was extremes.
Yeah.
She was always signing up for half marathons and marathons, and she was still overweight.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at her and being like, I don't want to run. It puts a lot of stress on your joints.
Yeah.
And then you get more inflammation, and that inflammation can turn into like water retention, which is just more weight, which is just then what you're carrying around while you're running. And it's just like an endless cycle.
Not only that, running makes you so fucking hungry.
Like, that's the thing.
Exercising makes you starving. And so it's even harder, I imagine, to like control whatever eating issues you might have.
Right. Because whatever
that could be contributing.
Usually, let's just say, whatever got you to this size is usually poor eating habits.
Yeah.
And that's like making the wrong choices or binge eating. No, I think a lot of people, because I see it with my friends, they'll try to starve themselves all day till the point where then they can't anymore. And then they binge.
Yeah.
And that's what I would see with this roommate that I had.
This is what my dad used to do.
Really?
He never seemed to have a weight issue, but like he just wouldn't eat all day. He'd live on black coffee.
Right.
And then he'd come home and my mom would be like trying to make like a nice dinner for us all. And he's like
shoveling it in.
He's shoveling Funyuns into his mouth or something. Yeah. So anyway.
So would he be like, hey, honey, did you make me extra?
Oh, for the dinner? No, the thing is he would eat so much and he wouldn't want to eat like something healthy that my mom made.
Oh, he would just sit there and eat Funyuns. Okay, so then this roommate that I had, she'd be going and doing a marathon. And then she would be like, now I'm back on a diet.
Yeah.
And she would just sit and eat cucumbers. She would eat a whole cucumber just like an apple.
Oh, the shit you're going to take. It's going to be a cucumber shit.
That's a great point because last weekend I believe it was last weekend, we went out and ate salads after we recorded and mine had a lot of fiber because I came home and took a huge shit.
I can't remember if I did, but I think mine was a fattier salad. So
yeah,
it went
you
through a
had,
little slower.
mine was like a lot of shredded cucumbers,
Yeah.
lettuce and like shredded carrots. And I was like, woof. Anyways. And so a lot of times I think when people have this poor relationship to food, it starts when you're a child. And when you start researching Anna O'Brien, you find out both her mom and her sister died due to complications from being obese.
Interesting. All right. Because this whole time I'm thinking it must be like some sort of glandular metabolic condition that is causing her to like not only be super hyper, but also not be able to like lose weight, which is weird.
Right.
Like what the fuck is going on?
Well, whatever she says, and I don't know if she knows, she's either in denial about what she's eating.
It seems like she has a really good capacity for that in terms of like what her capabilities are and what's,
I think that is also common. I think denial is common in anybody, you know?
We all have
no matter what your vice is or something
we all
like
have
that.
our blind spots and sometimes they really affect our health.
So
Yeah.
Here's what people will say, because like ultimately we don't really know what she eats, but there's a lot of videos from her YouTube where she's drinking. So it's hypothesized she's an alcoholic. She also, I guess, filming around her house, you'll see like tons of Mountain Dew in the background.
Okay.
You know, like that's just empty calories.
Oh, like Sugar Mountain, not Diet Mountain Dew.
No.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
That's a...
Do you want to see this video? This is a vlog she made where she got an advent calendar.
Oh, great.
As she takes a sip.
Hey everybody, so if you're new to my channel, you might have never seen a video like this before. I'm sorry for what's about to go down. See, the other day, I was researching stuff for Christmas, because that's coming. And I got on a tangent of advent calendars. Now, I'd also had a little bit to drink. This is my magic cup. When mommy's drinking from the magic cup, please don't interrupt. So, I checked out some advent calendars and then I just kind of forgot about it. Fast forward a week and a half when this shows up at my door. See, somehow I managed to purchase the largest advent calendar I came across, the Body Shop one. And I looked it up online because I have no memory of buying it. And it was $170, AKA I'm an idiot. But I was like, well, at least I can try to recoup some of this money by doing a YouTube video. So here we are. And I figured, what better way to celebrate this magical occasion than for me to drink as I go? Because I don't even know how exciting or fun advent calendars are to unbox. I've never had one.
She was so drunk she doesn't remember.
Right. She was so drunk she doesn't remember.
And I mean,
she's
I've done
drinking
drunk hopping
now.
before, but it's like I remember it and I regret it and I try to cancel it. But she just doesn't remember and it came in the mail.
Well, I think she's also rich, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
But she goes on to drink the whole time.
Yeah.
We can just skip ahead and see how much she slurs or something.
Oh, wow.
But she hates everything that's in here. And she's just like, this just fucking sucks.
It's from the Body Shop.
I'm going forward to 26 minutes.
Just so you know, teenagers of today, it will not help you get a man to coat yourself in 85 spritzes of Victoria's Secret body sprays. Just like pro tip, just pass on it. Just use a good shower gel and a shampoo that smells good. It's a better way. 24. Drops of youth concentrate. Okay, this is good. This is good. At first, I thought that was a flower and I was about to just literally freak out. But then I saw that this was actually Drops of Youth, which is a nice little serum, however you say it. This is our last box, guys. And here's the deal. Toys and Dreams. What a lie. What a lie that box will be. Okay. Oh, fun fact. Malala Yousafzai is the youngest person ever to win the Nobel Peace Prize. In 2017, she became the co-recipient at age 17 for campaigning for the right for education of all children. She's actually an amazing woman. And this is, it's like multiple things. It is a face mask, an aloe face mask, and this headband. Which I just kind of want to let you know that, like, December 24th is a little late to have gotten this headband. Here's my feeling on this box. The assortment of products is really good, but they did not think that about the scents. There are 4 things with a rose scent. There are 4 things with fruit scents out of the whole collection. And when I think of The Body Shop, I think of their fruit scents. I do not think of their rose.
What do you think?
I'm like, bitch, you bought it drunk. Also, it's like, I feel like if you don't know that for these big kits or whatever, Advent or not,
It's probably whatever was laying around.
it's whatever was laying around, and they overcharge you for it because that's how they make money off of crap they're trying to get rid of.
Right. So I guess there's like enough times where she talks about like drinking, and then she's got a whole she's got a bunch
She's
of
got a
drinks
bar
behind
in
her.
back of her.
Yeah.
She's introducing this. She's like, I'm getting fucked up, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
effectively.
Yeah.
And yeah, she seems like there's a drunken freedom to her.
Yeah.
Maybe that's true of her at all times, but like, yeah, when I was laughing, she's just like opening the boxes,
Throwing
literally,
it
like,
down.
like throwing them on the floor, like, but in a way where she wants you to hear the sound of the box on the floor. She's like, bah! She's like, I'm doing, and I don't care.
Right.
So yeah, all right. So yeah. So this is an example of like her content
Yeah.
where she's basically like drunk
Yeah.
and trivial.
So real quick, this week was the release of The Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift. Right?
Yes.
And Anna is a fan. And she decided she was going to make like a showgirl outfit on Instagram.
Okay.
So she starts off here. She shows this like lingerie thing that she bought. Here we go. Her hands are shaking.
Okay. Well, the thing is, it's like, are her hands actually shaking, or is she like? Because it's most obvious when she's applying that glue to the appliques on whatever it is she's making here.
Yeah.
But is she just like? Does it look like she's shaking because she's like dabbing it in? It does kind of look like her hands are shaking, like in a way that's not healthy.
You know, what's going on with the shaky hands?
Yeah.
And I wrote the shakes.
Yeah.
And I got 117 upvotes.
Nice. Or it could be DTs. Who knows? Speculation.
That's what the DT. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's why she got the shaky hand. But that means she's not drinking.
That means she woke up today withdrawing. From
Yeah.
alcohol.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what that means.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever had the DTs?
I've never had the DTs, but one thing I'm just assuming, probably wrongly, because I've never been a late stage alcoholic, thank God.
Yeah.
But do you have to like, because I know DTs happen when it's like you're not drinking and you are
It's
addicted.
just the next day.
Oh, I thought it like was a little while.
No.
Okay. So you have to be constantly drinking in order to avoid at a certain point.
Also, she's doing the strongman thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe her muscles are really fatigued.
Oh, that's
So it could just be that. But
her body's just fucked.
her body's fucked.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was like the Eagle Eye fans are looking for problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's jump in the podcast to when she finds out a new thing that's wrong with her.
Okay. All right. I can't wait to find this out.
Okay. Let's start here.
So essentially what happened when I got my genetic results back is they give you a little counselor that sits down with you and walks you through your genetic tests and what they mean. One of the genes is a known gene. It has a lot of different things associated with it. And then additionally, they were like, oh, by the way, these are so rare, no one will ever research them. So good luck. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Like, that's literally what they told me. And my doctor there was like, I'm not a geneticist, so we can try things. We can figure out what we can do. But
Or
I
you
can't
can go to a
guarantee that it's gonna work, because
geneticist.
at this point, we don't really know.
Well, she said she was with the geneticist who was like, sorry, we're not going to research that. Doesn't it, like, what?
I've been to a geneticist and they're
Mhm.
actually like really thorough. Because once you have a problem that requires that you go to a fucking geneticist,
Yeah.
that's like higher level than just going to like an endocrinologist for your diabetes.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, I've been to a geneticist. They take like I was there for 2 hours. They took a family history.
Well, there's no pushback, right? There's
Yeah.
no follow-up
There's-
questions about whatever the fuck she's saying.
No.
Right.
My follow-up questions for her are piling up.
Yeah.
But I don't want to ask you all of them because I'm like, we'll get to it.
Or
Not.
I won't know them because we're just like so much of what we know of her is what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not going to a doctor and being like, tell us the truth.
So there was just really nothing to go on as part of what do we do. About 7 years prior to this, I got an email from a woman and she wrote me an email and was like, I think you have this condition called lipedema. And I was like, it is so uncool to try to diagnose somebody on the internet. And I unfortunately talked mad shit about this woman behind her back. And I feel bad because at that point, I just was sick of people telling me what they thought about my health. And so I totally tuned it out. I didn't even believe it was a real condition. I think I need to say that. I need to say that I thought it was something made up. Like made up, like, hey, you're delusional. I'm just going to tell you that this is your diagnosis so you stop bothering me, like a pseudo diagnosis. When I started going through this medical process, that word came up again. And I was like, the made up disease. They're just telling me that because they don't want to say we don't know why you're fat. Instead of saying that, we'll give you a fancy, shiny word. You'll feel better about it, but it's just because we don't know. And that's literally what I thought for a very long time. So when I went to the obesity specialist doctor, I did bring up lipedema with her, mostly because I had received that email before. I'd had other doctors allude to that potentially being a problem, but did not understand the condition enough to actually say for sure.
Wait. So she's saying that the first time she ever discovered the idea of lipedema is when some bitch on the internet was like, I think you have this. And she was like, I just ignored them. But now she's saying, oh, it's come up several times.
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't make sense.
No.
That's all I want to say.
And do you know anything about lipedema?
I know Jackie Aiden has lipedema, which she probably legitimately does. But what happens with Jackie Aiden is that she blames everything on the lipedema.
That's what Anna does too.
Yes.
So
this is the Snarkers Against the Healthy at every size movement.
yeah.
Is like, this is seems to be a big factor where it's like they try to attribute what they consider to be the influencer's bad choices
Yeah.
on some sort of like outer disease that is destroying their life. And
Right.
they're a heroine as opposed to like somebody who really needs to like maybe take a look at their choices.
I was like, heroin?
Yeah.
I
And
get it,
also
I get
they're
it
all
now.
heroin
They're
addicts.
heroes. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So the symptoms of lipedema
Uh-huh.
are usually like up here by your butt and your thighs.
Yeah.
You get really tough skin that
Mhm.
looks like an orange.
Like orange peel skin.
Yes.
Yeah, like cellulite.
And it's like larger. And so it looks like you're fat,
Uh-huh.
but it's like a different kind of fat.
Yeah, and you see women who are like I've seen women who are like, they have a basically normal sort of like trunk.
And then it gets
but
big.
then it gets like
here.
unnaturally, it seems,
Yeah.
large there. And then you can tell it's like, oh, that's not,
Right.
there's something wrong besides just
It's not
fat.
that they're obese.
Yeah,
And I saw this woman make a video like, this isn't obesity, this is lipedema.
Yeah.
But obviously, when you look at Anna, she's big everywhere.
Yeah, she just looks like a big lady.
Right.
Like a normally big lady.
But
yeah.
so she's at the doctor and they're like, oh, well, we can do these surgeries to remove these like tough areas of fat. And so she starts getting these surgeries where they do her arms and they do her legs.
Yeah.
But see, whenever you have surgery, then there's a huge amount of downtime. So basically leading up into when she gets this diagnosis and starts the surgery, she wasn't telling her followers that she was on a GLP-1.
Yeah.
But she told her followers she's going to try to lose weight. And she recorded a lot of like some of like her diet and then her exercise. And then she did start to lose weight. And she didn't say she was on a GLP-1, but then there were commercials that were made by Novo Nordisk, which is the company that manufactures Ozempic. And she's in the commercials.
Oh, my.
And so then her followers start to
naturally through diet and exercise.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So then her followers are like, are you on a GLP-1? And then she finally, like, she loves to do this clap back thing where she's yeah, I am on a GLP-1. And if you don't like it, you can unfollow me. And mostly people these days are like, we're just looking for honesty.
Yeah, it's such a defensive posture to take. It's like, well, you've been on a GLP-1 this whole time. You've tried to sell it off as if you've been like doing this yourself naturally through diet and exercise, Lexi. And people just want to know. It's like, yeah, they just want honesty. They're just like, tell us what you're actually doing, because being on a GLP-1 is fine. And maybe if you support it and you show people what your health journey on the GLP-1 is, it might make people make a decision to go on it or not go on it. And that's helpful. That's your fucking job as an influencer. Yeah. Right? You're influencing people. One way or another.
Well, yeah. Did you see how mad people got at Remy Bader? Do you remember that? I don't know if it came
I saw a
across
Hannah Alonso on that. Yeah. And also Lexi, they swear she's on a GLP-1.
Right.
And also Jackie Aiden for a while. They were like, because she started losing a little weight and they were like, she's on a GLP-1, and they never tell anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we find out when she starts being honest is that the GLP-1 helps so much with inflammation. And then according to Anna, a big part of her hormone problem is that she'll retain water.
Yeah.
And I'm always confused about what she's saying, because it sounds like she's like, these areas of lipedema are also retaining water. And maybe that's what it is. I don't know what it is.
I think I don't know much about
But
lipedema.
so like being on a GLP-1 like lessened that, so then she could exercise more without being in as much pain. That's great. I think a lot of the followers would love to know that.
Yes.
We didn't know that about.
GLP-1s actually are being shown to have like a lot of health benefits besides the weight loss.
Right.
And so... yeah.
So, okay, but to prepare for surgery, you have to go off of it, because you can't really be like in a calorie deficit when you are recovering from surgery.
Yeah.
And so she goes off of it. I believe she may have had one surgery, or she was getting ready to have one, and she addresses it in this podcast, but she makes a video where she's in New York City and she's decided she needs to be active. So she's going to walk 2 miles to this famous bagel place and get a bagel.
Okay.
And so she walks there, but see this video, she just complains the whole time.
Yeah, about walking.
All of it. And she stops at this like little pop-up cotton candy making thing.
Yeah.
And she's like, I got here early and they're not open yet. And like, I'm just in so much pain. And then finally they open and she's like, he still has to make the cotton candy.
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping it's done soon. And then she gets it and it's like in this beautiful unicorn shape.
Oh, nice.
And she eats it and she's like, it wasn't worth it. And then she...
Wait. She went to get a bagel.
Yeah, and then
and
she continues on to get the bagel. Yeah, so then she gets the bagel.
Complains. She makes a shitty choice and then she complains about like it wasn't good enough for her.
Right.
Fuck you.
So then she keeps walking. She gets the bagel and she brings it back to the hotel.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she walked 1 mile one
think-
way and 1 mile the other way.
I think I know the bagel place she went to, and it's dripping with cream cheese.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's
She
different.
unwraps it when
Uh-huh.
she's back. And she ordered a pumpernickel bagel, but
Yeah.
they gave her like an oatmeal bagel.
Because nobody wants a pumpernickel bagel. I would just think she misspoke. A bagel, a pumpernickel bagel.
I don't know. She's really upset that
Yeah.
they gave her the wrong bagel.
Okay.
So like that's why her snark page is called Glitter and Bagels.
Yeah. Who? I don't mind the bagel person like not giving her a pumpernickel bagel because they're disgusting.
Stop saying babel.
It's
Pumpernickel bagel.
pumpernickel bagel. It's hard to say.
Let's hear her talk about it.
Okay.
So I got depression, but it was like weird because I've never been depressed. So it's not something I have ever dealt with. And
This is from her
when
hormones,
I
whatever.
decided to have surgery, I decided I would be public about it, cover most, if not all of it. So while I was recovering from surgery, I started having these really weird comments about bagels. And I was like, why? I don't understand why I'm getting all these comments about bagels. And so I had to ask, what is going on in relation to bagels? I don't understand it. So previously to having surgery, we recorded a video where my doctor had asked me to keep walking prior to surgery, even though my pain had increased significantly because I'd gone off of the Wegovy. So I was no longer having any inflammation support. You also can't take Tylenol. So you're basically like SOL on any type of pain relief, but you need to stay active. So it's not a great time. It is not a fun party. You do not want to go to this event. So I was in New York and I was like, I really want this bagel. Because I have to walk, I'm going to make myself walk 2 miles to get this bagel. Right. And I was like, I'll make it a fun little YouTube video for anyone who's dealing with chronic illness. They'll get it. Pain days are the worst. So I walk, and at various times during this walk, I have to stop and sit down because I'm in pain. And we get to the bagel shop. It is literally just before close. I order my bagel and I'm like, I'm so happy. I did this. Look at me. I can do hard things, which is something I really told myself a lot during this journey. You can do hard things. So I was like so excited. And I was like, let's just take a cab home so I can eat this laying down because physically I don't want to move anymore. So we get our bagel, we get in the cab, we drive home. I get home to the hotel. I'm filming myself unwrapping it. And it's not the bagel I ordered. It's not the bagel I walked 2 miles. Now to set context here, I'm having surgery in 2 days. I've been off of all of this medication that helps me stay regular in a lot of different ways. So I am a hormonal nightmare, right? I'm also in a lot of pain. So I just start bawling over this bagel, right? I just am like literally buckets of tears because this is all the stress of my first surgery coming out. This is all the hormones that are rolling around in my body. This is everything coming out. This is the pain I'm feeling because I know it hurts. So I am crying.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying it's not like, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
I get it. But the thing is, it's just like she says, I never get depression, but she's drinking constantly.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just.
So that podcast that I mentioned that she started at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's called Vodka the Musical.
I like her so much.
I know.
But also, I
think
don't
she's-
like her.
But then it's like she's just a perpetual victim.
She's a perpetual victim and she's not looking within. Is the idea among her followers that are getting sick of her shit, is it that see the holes in so many of your stories?
Yeah.
We are wondering if you're just not admitting to the fact that you might have some like secret eating problem.
Yeah.
I know
She
it's
claims,
not all
she
about
even
eating.
says in
Yeah.
this episode,
Yeah.
she's never had binge eating disorder, blah, blah, blah. But you look at her and
Yeah.
you're like, well, you have something.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know it's like there's all kinds of problems that will make you gain weight, but
Well, and so you would have to look really closely at all of her content.
yeah.
And she has Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Yeah.
And then anytime she has to like address something where she's like apologizing or saying something,
Yeah.
she does it on her smallest platform. That's her thing.
Yes.
Anyways,
These people are so
I
predictable
just
now.
don't think she's ever honest about what it is that she's eating.
Yeah.
And she had 2 surgeries. they supposedly removed like pounds and pounds of fat, right?
The lipedema surgery.
And she doesn't look different.
Okay,
She
yeah.
might, I think she was losing weight on Wegovy before. I think she looks bigger now.
Oh, wow.
And so I just think it's frustrating to watch. And it's like, girl, what's going on?
Yeah, yeah. No, once again, my only insight into this world of influencers is my obsession with Jackie Aiden. But this is exactly what, because when I first like started following that sub,
Yeah.
I was just like, why do they hate her so much?
Right,
She's
right,
just,
right.
She seems
Who
like,
cares?
She seems like sad. But the more you get to know about her,
Yeah.
and the more you see, like, she just lives in this world of Disney denial about everything.
Yeah.
And it's all about like, it's all this yoga babble wellness language that
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
ever
her.
address the
That's
actual
her too.
thing. It's like you need to talk about the facts of what is happening to you.
Yeah.
And I know you're
feel like
trying to, but it looks like you're seeking medical diagnoses that save you from having to take any accountability. Yeah.
there seems to be a real coexistence. I don't know what word to use. Toxic positivity.
Yeah.
And extreme obesity.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
So something funny, I could only find 2 episodes of that podcast.
Uh-huh.
And I was listening to be like, because also like, she doesn't look like she has any friends.
Oh, yeah. They never do.
They never do.
Yeah.
But here she seems to be really close with her brother's ex-wife.
Okay.
And okay, just let's listen to her talk and then tell me what you make of it.
Okay.
But I think that's the most confident people in the world. I think it's the biggest lie we tell ourselves. And I wish I could sit girls down and be like, yo, it's not about loving yourself.
Yeah.
It's not. Because I don't think love is not a continuous emotion.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna get deep on you right now.
No, go ahead.
If you always love yourself, then you never love yourself because it's a continuous emotion and you don't recognize any change. And it's a change in emotion that we feel. So the reason we understand what happiness is because we also understand what sadness is, and we know the difference between the two, right?
Okay.
If you are perfectly happy all of the time, you actually will never acknowledge that you're happy because that's your homeostasis. That is what you are. Self-love, like continual self-love, enduring self-love is not an obtainable goal because it's not really going to exist in that way. However, self-awareness allows you to love the parts of yourself that are amazing, accept the things you cannot change, and have the strength to take on the things that you can. And that whole mantra that they teach you through every like 10-step program that's ever existed
Sounded like Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah, I'm not in that, by the way. For the person who keeps commenting on every YouTube video that I'm drunk again, I'm not an AA, and I'm not actually that much of a drinker. I still have bottles of Moscato from my Groupon one, and that was dropped off 2 weeks ago. No, but I'm saying, like, if you aren't looking at yourself...
Just because you didn't get to them yet.
Yeah. And Moscato, like the highest sugar wine there is.
Exactly. Yeah. Delicious, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, I don't like it.
Oh, I love Moscato. And I'm not a sweet wine person
You're
either.
not?
No, but
okay,
Moscato
you might
is
have
like...
to show me a good one. Anyways.
Yeah, I think I know one you'd like.
But isn't this interesting? Like the whole thing where it's like, yeah, we know you're not going to be happy all the time. You're going to go through periods of sadness. Well, she gets on social media and cries.
Yeah, yeah.
Does she think then that she's living by this? I'm not happy all the time, but it's like, I don't know. It seems like there's a level of denial.
Well, it's a way of like, maybe she thinks that when she goes like online and cries, she's showing a level of like authenticity and vulnerability that people really connect with. But it's like, nobody loves themselves all the time. But I think there's a difference between like self-love, which is preached by this whole like movement or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then there's just a sense, like a hopefully normal sense of consistent positive self-regard that has nothing to do with whether you love yourself at any given moment, but it's whether you do or do not love a certain thing about yourself. You have a fundamental baseline of just like self-esteem, survival instinct, human need to thrive. No, seriously. I think like I do actually I think she's right in terms of like, yeah, you don't love yourself all the time, but you also, it's like, you don't have to be crying all the time. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I just feel like
it's just funny that she acknowledges the truth of this.
Yeah.
But this is probably one of her biggest criticisms.
Yeah. But I think it's like, okay, here's what I'm trying to say. You can't love yourself all the time, but you should understand that you're having like, you should feel like you have a basis of like, I want to do well, be a good person, just fundamentally, even underneath all of your crap.
Yeah.
But I feel like she's not acknowledging her issues with her own self-esteem.
Right.
And her own obvious depression, addiction issues,
Right.
maybe neurological issues because she's so hyper all the time. And she's just trying to like blame everything outside herself.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
And I
That's,
also think that maybe when you become an influencer,
Yeah.
and you get lots of hate,
Yeah.
you just get another scapegoat.
Oh, you put a
Right?
wall up. You put a big, I don't think it's just another scapegoat. I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's where it starts. But I think you just put a wall up between any criticism from outside, and then you put that same wall blocks you from any criticism from yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's actually a really good strategy. If you don't want to look inside,
Yeah.
just create an online community of haters.
Uh-huh.
Because you can just
Yeah.
blame it all on them.
Holy shit. That makes a lot. I'm thinking of Ash Trevino.
Right,
now.
right,
Like,
right.
She obviously like has no like even sense of her own identity as a human being. But yeah, she's
No.
created this community.
It's just like, that's the haters.
She's
That's
like,
what the haters say.
She spends 24 hours a day pushing back against
Yeah.
the haters. And I'm like, no, you're just pushing back against your own hate. You've created this structure where all the hate comes from outside and you can push back against it. And that's how you're dealing with your own, unhealthily dealing with your own inner problems. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's externally, it's projecting.
It's projection. Yeah,
It's
it's a form of
projection.
projection.
Classic.
Classic.
Anna's story on this podcast is that this whole time she didn't know she had a genetic problem
Uh-huh.
with gaining weight, and it's this lipedema, and now she's addressing it.
Is this the genetic problem that nobody's ever going to research or look at?
Yeah.
And it has to do with her gaining weight. But nobody's ever going to research or look at this genetic issue with gaining weight, which was one of the biggest medical issues in America today.
Well, I think
Uh-huh.
she thinks they told her that she has a bunch of other issues that they're not going to look at.
Okay.
But they all culminate in what we see in front of us, which is a very
Okay.
overweight woman.
Yeah.
And she's terminally unique.
Like I've never heard that term, but I love it.
Oh, they say it in AA a lot, where
Oh,
you
okay.
think your problems are worse than anyone else's.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
one would ever understand.
Uh-huh.
So now,
Terminally unique.
yeah, maybe
love it.
she's on this podcast listening to other people who can't get their medical stuff figured out. And
Yeah.
she's like, I know, me too.
Yeah.
Isn't it terrible?
Well, no, I think your medical stuff is figured out. Just
Yeah, but I guess it's like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
we know she's not changing the
Mhm.
things that might help a lot, which
Yeah.
would be like her diet.
yeah. And to be fair,
Yeah.
to go back to the beginning of our conversation, she's probably not getting the support from medical professionals that would really help her deal with a lot of what she's going through in a healthier way than she is.
Do you think like a psych doctor?
Like a
or do
therapist?
you think
A-
I was like, which one?
A brain doctor person?
You want a
from
brain
from the
doctor?
Brain Doctor Factory?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Or do you think it's like, I don't know, because here's the other thing. This is what I
Okay.
forgot to say.
okay.
She did a bunch of posts about the place where she was going to get her surgeries.
Yeah.
And she would be like, #partner. And that's a
Oh,
way to.
That's why she's getting, yes.
So she then goes on and makes a video where she's like, I didn't get my surgeries for free and they didn't pay me to get my surgeries. But it's like, yeah, but you partnered with them.
Yeah.
You didn't do #ad.
Yeah.
But that is what this was.
You partnered. So it's like you're saying, I didn't get my surgeries for free and they didn't pay me for getting the surgeries, but did they pay you for the ad? I feel like she might be being really
she's-
weaselly
Yeah.
about what
skirting
because,
around.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So there's a lot of times where it's obvious that she's doing some kind of ad, or she will make content a lot that is a sponsored ad.
Yeah.
And she won't always say it. She's
Yeah.
Michaela like
She's
that.
Michaela. Yeah.
But that's where I'm like, well, how is she not getting the support that she needs then? Are they not talking? Like, what do you think she needs?
Well, I mean, in terms of when you find a problem, she's going to a clinic that has like a very specific service they're giving her.
Exactly, yeah.
And also it's like, I don't know what the insurance situation is, but they're probably like more private-y,
Right.
maybe.
Right.
And so like, yeah, you're definitely going to get better care when you're paying for it. And they don't have to like hit up an insurance company for every goddamn appointment. I don't know how it's working. I don't want to
Yeah,
speculate.
but you were like, she's not getting the support she needs.
From the medical professionals who are like, they're saying, oh, you have this like series of problems, physical genetic problems, and then like nobody's being like, okay, so here's the next steps, here's how through diet, exercise,
Well, I
supplements
wonder,
or whatever, medication that you can help yourself.
I wonder if they would be supportive of this strongman thing that she's doing.
Okay,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, I wonder if she tells that to the doctor.
And it could be an issue where it's like she's just, I understand what the medical establishment is like, but also if you're not being forthcoming with your
Exactly.
doctors,
Right,
then they can't help you. So
That's
what
I
is the
think that's
issue?
part of it.
I think you're probably right. I don't want to like cast aspersions on her because I really do know how much it sucks when you have chronic health problems.
Yeah.
But also you have to collaborate with your doctor, and if you're not getting the attention that you need, you have to yell at them. Don't be afraid.
You have to
seriously,
advocate for yourself.
You have to advocate
That's
for yourself.
always what you hear.
It doesn't matter if your doctor likes you. Your doctor needs to help you.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So do you want to hear what the reviews for this podcast are?
Yeah.
So first, let me read this one. That
Okay.
It's titled Anna's Lies. This is more a review of Anna, one of the co-hosts, and what she said in this podcast and in her social media. Anna regularly lies and changes her history many times. Now she keeps claiming to have multiple autoimmune diseases and refuses to name them.
Yeah.
She pushes medical misinformation, goes to see less than ethical doctors, and refuses to take actual advice from professionals. She is harming a community that she claims to be in and wants to speak for, but she refuses to use her platform to do anything. She's just faking. And then this one's called Shameless. I was so excited to potentially find out what is causing the swelling in my left ankle. Too bad for me. The only difference between this podcast and a visit to any specialist is the cost. Shame on every one of you.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Do you think that person was on the pod? I don't
Well,
understand what
no,
they're talking
No,
about.
the person seems like, well, I didn't go to a specialist, so I was hoping this podcast would tell me what's wrong.
Yeah.
And now I'm pissed at the podcast because I didn't go to a proper doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And then this one's titled Disrespectful.
Okay.
Dr. Nance needs to take a step back and show a little more respect for general practitioners. It's great that she is so specialized and wonderful that she has that education. She obviously has no respect for family practice, and it shows. When speaking about a family practice physician, she said, quote, she wouldn't have had the capacity to understand the symptoms. Yeah, she says that a lot. When people are like
okay.
can't figure out what's wrong with them, she's like, well, that's just a GP.
Well, that's why we have specialists and that's why we have referrals.
Yeah, it's like
it's a mean way of saying it's like your family practice doctor isn't qualified to help you with this particular thing. They have to refer you out.
yeah.
But yeah, like to say like they don't
That
have the
person
capacity.
being mad about that is like stupid.
It is. It's a shitty way to say it, but whatever.
Someone else says, too judgmental. Used to enjoy these. They have been so great and
Yeah.
interesting stories, but the last few I've listened to, and especially this last one, now the hosts are totally gaslighting the medical community and making assumptions on what the providers were thinking, when obviously the involved parties did not communicate well with them. All that was going on. That was 2 weeks ago.
This is what happens to every like podcast
Yeah.
or content creator.
That's true.
It's like, oh, now we're suddenly seeing parts of your personality that are flawed, so we hate you now. It's like, it's the parasociality of it all. It's like, yeah, if they're going to be like your parasocial friend, just like your real friends, you're going to find out that they might have some things that you don't like about them, and you just have to learn how to deal with them.
This was written 2 weeks ago, and I listened to the episode, Dana and Ivan, and it was this mom and her son, and he wasn't interested in eating.
Yeah.
And it was fucked up that the first doctor said, your son has disordered eating. We're going to send him to an outpatient program for eating disorders.
Yeah.
And she said, okay, what does that entail?
Yeah.
And yeah, it entails sitting and talking a lot about food and eating food.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, my son's problem isn't that he doesn't want to eat, it's that he can't eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for some reason, she entertained this idea for a long time. And I was like, that's clearly not the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think this person is just frustrated.
Yeah,
It's a frustrating system. And I gotta say, sometimes I don't want to hear someone talk about their whole medical history in a way that's like, some of it seemed really trivial.
Yeah. There's nothing, honestly, because I have to talk about my medical history a lot, and there's nothing more boring to anybody.
Yeah. But also, it's another one of those things where I'm like, yeah, you eventually get the resolution. It's frustrating the whole time.
Yeah.
Who does this help? I don't know.
It's also, here's a special insight that I have, I would say. Special insights with Nathan. Here's my special insight.
Okay.
What it is, so as I've said, I'm a highly medicalized person for various reasons. I have like several genetic disorders, I'll just be honest, that require me to often interface on like a regular monthly at least basis with the medical establishment. Now, for me, having to deal with all this medical shit constantly is I don't want to think about it.
I don't want to go on a podcast and talk more.
I don't want to go on a podcast and talk more.
Or listen to a podcast where other people talk.
Absolutely fucking not.
Right.
I just want I want the doctor to make it better, tell me what to do, I'll do it, and I'll move on with my life, because that's what sucks about it. It's like it does take up a lot of like your life's bandwidth to deal with.
Yeah.
And so when people like glitter and lasers, Anna, like
I think
seem to make
she
a profession or a
loves it.
hobby.
Yeah.
That's also signifies an issue to me, where it's like this person is not coming from an entirely healthy or helpful place.
Right.
But that's
Well,
just
here's
my
the thing.
that's just my experience.
Here's the thing. I think she loves playing victim, and then her co-host Dr. Nance is trying to push her weird social media platform, and it doesn't feel necessarily for the person who's coming to tell their story. Is what I'm saying.
It's another issue where we were talking about last week. It's like this is going to result
Somehow, yeah.
in something. Molly Bisker, you're having fun now, but get ready to be in court. at some point, for any one of these podcasts you have going, there will be
gonna
lawsuits.
go to court.
Yeah, seriously, get some media insurance and a good lawyer.
I think
That's all
so
I have
too.
to say.
I think
Yeah.
so too. So
So
that's all I have for this.
all right. Well, that was great though.
Wasn't it interesting?
Yeah, no, because it's like she is like more than people we've talked about recently, a complicated figure to me. Where it's like
Yeah.
I can see it from both sides, and I don't think she has malice, but I think she has problems she's not addressing.
I think so too. And it's not like we can find out directly like what caused the death of her mom and her sister.
Yeah, yeah.
But I bet that was traumatizing.
And also like learning from people who have like it's
Similar
just a pattern.
issues.
It's a pattern of behavior that you're learning from
Right.
your mother and sister. So
Right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, if you guys enjoyed this, come join our Patreon.
Come join
where
our
we have
Patreon.
more fun.
where we have more fun, and also give us a nice 5 stars and perhaps a sweet little review on any podcast platform of your choice. And also come join us on our Reddit, where we'll be talking more about this. Yes. r/online BS pod.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Bye
Bye.
everybody.
Scrolling through my feed, all I see is bullshit, fake news, clickbait. Gotta sift through all of it. I just share, retweet, trying to keep up with the trends, but it's all just a facade, man. It's all pretend. Online bullshit, that's all it is. You say you're living large, but I know it's just a myth. Online bullshit, can't you see? We're all caught up in the nonsense. It's time to break free. of it. Like share, retweet, trying to keep up with the trends, but it's all just a facade, man, it's all pretend. All that bullshit, that's all it is. You say you're living large, but I know it's just a myth. All that bullshit, can't you see? We're all caught up in the nonsense, it's time to break free.